In this video I'm going to show how I made a leather burnishing tool from wood and fixed it to an 8-inch Harbor Freight bench grinder buffer wheel with a 3/4 horsepower motor, using bigleaf maple. I think any hard or softwood would work fine for a burnisher. I just used bigleaf maple because that's what I had in my shop at the time. The blank that is in the lathe chuck are 3 1-inch pieces of maple glued together and then machined to form a perfectly square 3 3/4-inch blank. I first start with a roughing gouge to remove the bulk of the material until I have a fairly consistent cylinder. I then begin the layout for the tool and start with 1/2-inch wide grooves, then a 3/8, 1/4, and an 1/8 inch. I started with 2 gouges I had but settled on using the 3/8 inch fingernail bowl gouge. I then finished the burnisher with 60 and 120 grit sandpaper. Now it's time to drill the center out to fit tightly to the shank of the buffer. On the drill press, I start with a 3/4-inch Forstner drill bit. I like these bits for their accuracy, and they leave a center hole to index the next bit to. The shank is stepped, so the next bit is a 5/8 of an inch Forstner bit. The 5/8 didn't reach down far enough, and so this is where I had an issue, and the burnisher was not straight on the shank, we found out later. This last drill bit is a 1/2-inch drill bit, and I think this is where we had the issue. With the buffing wheel now back in the shop, I clamped the buffer motor to the lathe bed and started to return the burnisher. I tried to turn it out but just decided to start over again. So once again I roughed out using the roughing gouge. I also took the part in the chuck off for safety reasons. I mark everything out again and turn with the fingernail bowl gouge. I then finish with 60, 120, and 220 grit sandpaper. And here's how the motor is clamped to the lathe bed.
Oh, you got the mic too?
What's going on, Juan? Juan's
up,
got
dude?
his new burnisher.
All right.
You want it on?
Yeah. Try this out. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Kind of glow, like looks like it's drying out or something too.
Right.
Wood. Or it's just the leather's taken too.
Yeah. You kind of gotta apply a couple different coats.
Is that normal?
Yeah. Yeah, looks good.
I can see it on here too.
Yeah.
It's all shiny and stuff.
Right.
So you're just like sealing the edge basically?
Yeah, sealing it and then
Just treating it?
yeah, just like compared to
It started out like that.
yeah. So it just gives it that finished
And it
look.
rounds it too.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
So-
it looks really good.
Nice.
Awesome.
Here, give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.